Minister Todd stated that his ministry continues to engage the international community with the aim of bringing about an amicable resolution to the issue through the use of diplomacy. The minister further revealed that he acceded to a virtual meeting with his Venezuelan counterpart, Minister of the People's Power for Foreign Affairs of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, Jorge Arriaza, on Monday.
At his request, I had a virtual meeting with my Venezuelan counterpart, Foreign Minister Jorge Arriaza, on January 25th. This was to discuss the detention of the fishing vessels and the crew, as well as the status and their release.
Meanwhile, in a statement purportedly emanating from the Venezuelan foreign minister, he is quoted as denouncing the false accusations and misrepresentations made by the Cooperative Republic of Ghana. Arriaza further justified the actions of the Venezuelan Navy by stating that the detention of the Guyanese crew and vessels were executed in full respect of current legislation, while guaranteeing due process for the detainees. Arriaza further allegedly condemned statements in support of Ghana, labeling them as, and I quote, a series of absurd and erratic objections to the recent promulgation of a Venezuelan territorial ordinance decree that exclusively postulates the formulation of public policies for the maritime development in exclusive and uncontroversial territory of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, end quote. Notwithstanding this, Minister Todd, in his statement in Thursday's sitting of the National Assembly, proffered that the country was grateful for the support it has received from the international community.
We are encouraged that the international community is seized by this matter and has encouraged Venezuela to release all Guyanese nationals and their fishing vessels and to desist from actions that violate international law and threaten the peace and stability of the region.
On Wednesday, the United States, through its acting assistant secretary for U.S. Department State of Bureau of Western Hemisphere Affairs, Julie Chung, condemned what it deemed as Maduro's intimidation, referring to the detention of the Guyanese crew and vessels on Thursday last. It also called for a peaceful resolution of the maritime boundary controversy between the two countries. CARICOM, the OAS, Trinidad and Tobago, Belize, and Brazil are among a host of countries that have thrown their support behind Ghana, while calling for the immediate release of the Guyanese crew and vessels. On Thursday, Canada added its voice to the calls for the safe release of the two Guyanese fishing vessels and crew members detained by Venezuela since January 21, 2020. And I quote, Canada supports Ghana in calling for the immediate release of two Guyanese vessels that were detained by the Maduro regime. We repeat our call for international law to be respected, the Canadian government stated. The coalition opposition has unequivocally expressed its support to the government of the day on the border controversy matter between Ghana and Venezuela, with its most recent demonstration of this being a meeting between Minister Todd and APNU AFC Shadow Minister of Foreign Affairs, Amanza Walton Desir, where she registered concern for the welfare of the detainees. The two members of parliament expressed the view that there is need for a bipartisan approach between government and the opposition on matters related to the Ghana-Venezuela border controversy. Wendell Badrie, HGP Nightly News.